My first question to you. Um, we heard how long it takes in terms of money and time required to bring a new medical device to market. And most medical device firms need investors or partners to commercialize promising research. So in the current economic climate, it is extremely difficult to raise capital to transition research from the lab to the marketplace. What effects is this lack of venture capital having on the rate of innovation in the medical device industry?
My comment on that would be that venture capitalists are now espousing focus, focus, focus. So our device, if it works, is going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars to a strategic partner. And so the venture capitalist would approach our company and say, the only thing you should be allowed to develop and work on and spend money on is a chronic pain indication, meaning only use your device for that. What we've done is we've mobilized other neuroscientists to use our device in different ways, and the way that we've motivated them is saying, hey, go after these SBIR funds. And so we can come up with further innovation in a non-dilutive way for other disease indications. And we've done that with 4 different disease indications. If we didn't have that opportunity, all of these innovations would have stopped.
But once you develop your device and you use the money from phase 1 and you want to take that device to commercialize in the market, you will need resources to go to that other phase. What type of resources do you think will be available for you to be able to move that product from the lab into the marketplace?
So our approach for the first indication, we think that we could raise venture capital. So for chronic pain, we think we could raise that money. However, we will not be able to develop any of the other indications without SBIR funds, meaning it would stop. So we need both to develop the program that we would like to develop.
Okay. Mr. Stoker, much of the debate on modernizing the SBIR program has revolved around the issue of venture capital and the role that it should play in the program. So what are your thoughts on this, and is it the most important issue that we here in Congress should be focused on, or are there other pressing matters that we need to consider?
Madam Chairwoman, I think the most pressing issue is this whole issue of transitioning these technologies into the marketplace. My colleague here on the right is describing some of the difficulties they will have in attempting to move their device into the marketplace. There is no clear path. Perhaps there's not only a single path, but there's no clear path within the agencies right now that would allow you to develop your device to the point where you could effectively present it to a private investment group of any kind and have them wholeheartedly enter into an arrangement with you to go ahead and develop that device to go into the marketplace. So there needs to continue to be a combination of public and private resources to make that happen. The affiliation rules that were devised for SBA programs in the past, and I don't need to tell you this, was largely directed at ensuring the set-aside programs were not invaded by large corporations. Those affiliation rules don't necessarily apply in an era when there are multiple resources out there and you cannot equate a private financial institution of any kind with a major corporation that is looking to get access to set-aside programs. And so we need to be able to rely on both. But our major problem is that there's not enough money in the base contracts. Those award levels need to be increased. The allocations need to be increased so that we can underwrite more programs with larger contract awards. And then finally, there needs to be specific appropriations for Phase 3 development that would then allow you to move beyond the technology readiness levels that we're able to achieve at the end of Phase 2. The most common complaint I hear from the technical monitors that we deal with in the Defense Department is that we do not have access to enough money to really develop our ideas.
Thank you. Ms. King, In the biotech industry, investors often tie their funds to the development of a company's lead therapy. As a result, companies can be blocked from spending the funds from investors on other applications. If small venture-backed biotechnology companies could participate in SBIR, would more research be conducted on these secondary applications?
Yes, absolutely. And I have a specific example from our company. We have a program, very early stage, we think it's very exciting, where we have a family of compounds that we think could be useful in a number of infectious diseases, including HIV and tuberculosis. We cannot work on that program because we have to focus on our lead program. Now, we think our lead program is exciting and has a lot of value, too, and it's on the basis of that program that we've attracted the venture capital investment. But I would love to be able to support my earlier stage programs with SBIR funding. And again, I mean, to open that program to allow companies like ours to apply, of course, doesn't guarantee that we're going to get the awards, but I would be happy to let our science be judged on the basis of the quality of our data. Mm-hmm. Let the NIH decide, open up the competition, let them choose on the basis of the quality of the science, and on that basis make the awards, not on the basis of who owns what % of our company. But you're exactly correct. If we were able to access that funding source, then we and other companies would be able to invest in more early stage, very promising research than we can now.
Thank you. Mr. Green, I think you were here when the first panel was
Yes.
Testifying, and it caught my attention, the statement made by the rep from DOE,
Yes.
where he said that VC is not interested on the DOE type of industries.
It caught my attention as well.
Okay.
The truth is it's just the opposite of that. In fact, I participated in a panel in front of approximately 200 entrepreneurs yesterday morning in Silicon Valley, where the entire focus and the highest amount of interest was about how to get in front of DOE in order to access dollars. Now, this was beyond the SBIR program, but the interest levels in participation, whether it be in the $2 billion that's looking at developing advanced battery technology, or its SBIR programs, is truly palpable right now. It's, in fact, at least as great as coming up to Sand Hill Road in Menlo Park and seeking venture capital dollars.
Thank you. Mr. Lukemeyer.